50 years ago, Steve Skipper was able to turn his life around after walking a dangerous path.
At the age of 13, I joined a gang called the Crips, and I think from age 13 to 16, it was a pretty tough part of my life. The gang life is not anything like most ordinary people think. It's a whole lot worse than you could ever believe.
Why do you think this is something that's not talked about often by police and city leaders?
Well, I think that it runs a whole lot deeper than a lot of people think.
Is there a gang problem in the city of Birmingham?
What I would say is you have groups of people who call themselves whatever. So in the traditional sense of Bloods, Crips, and Disciples, no. But you have pockets of young men who may have beef with another group of young men. And so I think you have that at a high level.
While Birmingham Mayor Randall Woodfin referred to them as groups, former Birmingham Police Chief A.C. Roper said this.
Here in Birmingham, there are gangs. We have gangs. And any police chief of a major city say they don't, I would ask them what they're drinking. And so it's just the reality of it.
A.C. Roper addressed the Rotary Club about the Birmingham Crime Commission's recently released report, which he served as the strategic advisor for. We were not allowed to ask any questions. However, Rotary members were.
You spoke of the groups, the small groups, social or whatever, use the term social. How much of that is drug-related and how much of that is gang-related? And of the gangs, are they local gangs or are they pods of national or international gangs?
All of that. There's combinations. There's drugs. There's money. Some local gangs have national nexus. Some don't.
We read the 66-page crime report. A few pages of the report included focus groups, one of which included gang members. They were asked, when did you become interested in joining a gang? What do you think made you interested? According to the report, the gang members interviewed explained for many of them, their focus was making money. Their interests were driven by friends or older brothers already being members. During that point in time, what was appealing about that type of lifestyle?
They present themselves as family. And if there's any kind of brokenness in your family or anything like that, you're really susceptible to that. And I think that once you're sucked into that, through your vulnerability, it just overtakes your whole life.
Roper says these young men don't have hope.
The only thing they have is respect. And if they feel that you're threatening their respect, disrespecting them, they will retaliate.
During a panel discussion 3 months ago, Jefferson County Sheriff Mark Petway said gangs are increasingly becoming an issue across the county.
These are different types of gangs that are popping up, and they're younger.
Who, according to Petway, are glorified by the online attention.
They put everything out on social media. They show their guns, they show their money.
How do you think the gang culture has changed from when you were a member to what we're seeing currently right now?
I think it's gotten a lot worse. Kids that are involved, it was bad when I was in it. But at the same time, it's gotten worse because kids are not afraid of death at all.
In 2024, Birmingham saw its most violent year in decades. Police data shows 149 homicides total. A night of violence in November, marked by 4 separate shootings, raised concerns about gang activity.
It's getting to be rough. And it's like, to me, it's just saying there's a generation gap or something. When I was coming up, we didn't have all this stuff. So. Just like these gangs and stuff need to slow up.
One woman expressed her frustrations to city leaders.
I have 4 bullet holes in my home. My home insurance don't cover gang violence.
We asked the Birmingham Police Department how often violent crimes are a result of gangs and retaliation among groups, and what's being done to address this. In a response, the department says, in part, While we recognize that gang activity can contribute to violent crime in any urban area, our department works diligently to address these challenges with a multifaceted approach, including specialized units, community engagement programs, and collaboration with local, state, and federal partners.
When it comes to a person's heart being turned in this direction, something that's really that bad, you can't legislate that out of their hearts. The only thing that can turn that is a relationship with Jesus Christ.
In Birmingham, Valerie Bell, ABC 3340 News.